Hi, I was just on YouTube watching, I guess I should say, Planet Fargone. It's a YouTube channel. His video medically pushed, and it's still shocking me emotionally and just shocking me generally. You need to listen to the actual video. It's just another example of those people in power, how they wield their power, and it makes me realise that's why nothing ever changes, because those people with power, then I'm going to say not like the rest of us, because they are human beings, but they just don't act in the same way, which is evident from this letter. I don't care whether they're specialist or professional or whatever. Yeah, they may do wonderful things, but this letter, to me, is very damning of this person. That they are, they go to explain it's a patient with cancer who's seeking alternative treatments, which is his right, and because chemotherapy has such a low success rate, and also in most people it does tend to come back, so it's not like it cures it, it just puts it in submission, as it were. So to try alternative treatments, when you hear that there are alternative treatments out there that have worked for some people, the problem is because there's loads of different alternative treatments, and because the medical industry aren't willing to test them, and this is adamant in this letter as well, it makes it difficult for people who want to try alternative treatment to actually find the actual ones that do work. But in this letter they're talking about, it's a specialist saying that this person is not willing to do chemotherapy, so why should they do more scanning, MRI scanning to check whether it's getting worse or better. I mean, I just don't understand that kind of mentality. You specialise in cancer. You must meet so many people who never make it. You must meet people who go through excruciating pain, and that's with the cancer and with the chemotherapy. How can you have such a way of speaking? Where's your love and compassion? I mean, maybe it's just, with having seen so many patients, they've lost it. But I just don't understand how they could, be like that. How they could not want to see whether this thing's working, and also, and writing off surgery options, because there are options for surgery, but because he's not doing chemo, that's it then. You shouldn't be. You can't try any alternative. I mean, from the point of view of even if you believe that you were definitely right and chemo is the only way, you should allow every option. Surely, I know if I was in that position, and assuming power doesn't corrupt, and I was the same person as I am now, and someone, if I believed that chemo was the only possible way, because I've done research, say, but someone else has done research and they say they want to try this because they don't want to go through chemo, which is a horrible thing, I would support them as a man, as a doctor, as a person, as a human being. And, it's a good way to see whether it works or not. Why be so close-minded, judgmental? Why not, you could see that, oh yes, and also you're helping the patient. Because, the patient can then see that, wait a minute, it's not working, we need another option. And maybe then you can talk them into chemo, if that's really, but at least you leave that door open for that person, that you're caring for that person. Surely that's part of their I'm going to say it now, Hippocratic oath. I probably said that wrong, but you know what I mean. That you're checking them, and then you're seeing that, oh look, it's working, carry on, or oh, it's not going the way that you want it. What about surgery then? If you don't want chemo, we can try that. But they're already judging, that, oh, the doctors probably won't want to do it, or this, that, and the other. Which maybe he knows that because he maybe has come across it before. But still, why can't you give the patient the access to the doctor so they can speak to them themselves? I mean, I know, like, sometimes people work with money in their minds, that, oh, it's going to cost the NHS this, that, and the other. This is a person's life, the only life they're going to get. They've been unlucky to have this disease. You should be doing everything in that you possibly can. And I don't see that any ordinary person, normal person, would not expect that as a minimum. It just is. And then when he, Planet Fargone, when he was phoning the NHS because he spoke to someone, I think it was a pals or someone like that, to try and get a number, and they dropped the phone twice. He's recording this. They dropped the phone twice when he started his conversation about wanting to speak to someone. And then the third time he said he wanted to tell them that I'm recording this for legal purposes, and the person then decided to say that, oh, I don't want to continue then. But how, not ironic, what's the word I'm looking for, hypocritical, because whenever you phone these organisations, they always tell you, we are recording this conversation for training purposes or for whatever purposes they're doing it. We don't get the option of saying, no, I don't want you to record my conversation. You have to just continue, or you hang up. You can't, you have to have your voice recorded. It's the same like when you go into a non-public place and they've got CCTV everywhere, and sometimes you could whip out a camera. I remember I did that in Westfield, and a security guard came up and told me, no, you can't use cameras in here, but you're filming me. It's shocked me so much that someone, I suppose I shouldn't be that shocked. I know that when me and my wife we were going through IVF and stuff like that, when we were going through the NHS, the doctor, he didn't want to help us in the sense because we couldn't get funding through Croydon, and but he was willing to. We got a letter later from his where he works, his private clinic, to do it privately. Eventually, I had to opt out of, go to a different borough to join their GP so that I could get the IVF. It was stupid in a way because it was the same fucking pot of money that I used, but it was just, it depends who you come up across and what rules they have, even though they're all meant to follow the same rules, and what kind of person they are at the end. So I know that these surgeons, they are, and specialists, a lot of them, or some of them, the ones I've met, they are hard-hearted, I guess. But this is just, it shocked me that a cancer patient would receive such a letter like this. And today I was actually going to do, although I didn't have time in the morning, I wanted to play, I was watching Gogglebox. It was the Stand Up to Cancer special one with celebrities, and I wanted to play the stories. There were two stories of people, a woman and a child who had cancer, and their stories were so heartbreaking, and the people are saying, oh yeah, we must do something about it. I just don't understand how people aren't sort of, when you hear these stories, that tragedies that millions of people are going through, and like, what can be done? Well, the thing is, what can be done is, let's stop wasting all our money giving to 1,000 different charities around the world. Let's just have one charity that researches all this, and everyone work together. And let's not let the pharmaceutical companies be the only ones that control this. Let's make it independent, so that we can make sure that if we do find something, that it gets out, rather than it just being patented and hidden away somewhere, like the lifetime bulb, the light bulb. Because how is it possible? We must look at ourselves and say that with all our technology, all our brains, how is it possible that we haven't been able to find cures for these things? And it's because we've willfully divided ourselves up. If all the minds work together, these great minds of ours that we do have, I'm sure we have the capacity to find these cures. Or at least, if we can't find the cure, maybe we can find what causes it, whether it's the food we're eating, whether it's the air we're breathing, whether it's the clothes we're wearing, whatever it is that's causing these things. Anyway, I've said enough, but please check out Planet Fargone's videos, 22 hours ago posted, Medically Pushed is the beginning of the title. You need to listen to this just to see the world we're living in, and how frustrating it is when you know this is the world we're living in and there's nothing you can do about it. Take care, take it easy, God bless and peace.